Hey guys, welcome to this video where I'm going to be showing you 5 of the best cheap Kante alternatives. Now, we all know that Kante was one of the most overused players within FIFA 17 because he was an absolute godsend. He did that role superbly well, sweeping up, nicking the ball back and getting the team moving. He was brilliant at that. I mean, there were very few better, even much higher rated. His goal cards were just fantastic, and you didn't really need to spend all that extra money on his informed ones because his goal cards were just that good and they were that perfect, and they were really affordable, which is something unfortunately that his FIFA 18 card is not. While he has had the deserved upgrade to 87 with some amazing stats, this does mean unfortunately that he's also ridiculously expensive and very hard to get your hands on. As you can see, he's like 165k plus. So unless you pack him, you probably won't be able to get your hands on him, at least for now. So we have some alternatives that are much cheaper and just as effective. You know, maybe not quite as good, but still decent. And the first up, we have Ndidi from Leicester City, who is a very good all-rounder. As you can see, 74 pace. He's got decent shooting and passing, nothing to brag about, don't get me wrong, but okay, you know, his dribbling isn't too bad either, but that pace, the defence and the physicality that he does have means that he's very similar to Kante. He covers the pitch well, he acts like that little terrier for the team, tidies things up, gets the team moving, and just provides a nice shield in front of the back four. So Ndidi for me is a very, very good option for, you know, around sort of 600 to 800 coins for the most part, up to maybe 1,000 depending on the day. But overall, for a 77 rated player that is quite a good all-rounder that can definitely do that Kante role, I think he is a very, very good option. Now we're going to move on to our next choice, which may be an obvious one, but it really had to be included if I'm being honest, and that is Renato Sanches. Now, with him moving to the Premier League, I mean, that is fantastic. We're really pleased that he is here. He is a very, very talented player. He's got downgraded from last year and maybe not quite as attractive card, but he's still good. 78 pace is fantastic, and that is something that's key to a good Kante alternative, is that pace. Being able to cover ground very, very quickly, catch up, you know, make good tackles. Sanches does that superbly well. His defence isn't maybe, you know, the best in the world at 70 overall, but he's very good and he will make lots of good tackles all of the time. He's really good at that sort of thing. His physicality is also very, very effective, whereby as much as he is tackling, he's also using that physical sort of strength to bully people off the ball, which is always good. And when he does win the ball, he actually has a good range of attacking options. His passing is okay. He's pretty good with his dribbling as well, and he can also shoot. So he will definitely chip in with a fair few goals for you. Overall, Sanches, while a little bit more expensive, you know, he is currently going for around sort of 8k or so, you know, 8 to 10k. Much cheaper than buying Kante for 160, I think you'll agree. And definitely a player that will eventually be even cheaper once the game settles down. So now we're going to go to another Leicester City player. And we have Daniel Amartey. Now, Amartey is the lowest rating in this lineup, but if anything, maybe one of the better players, weirdly enough. Very cheap again. You can probably pick this guy up for under 1,000 coins because he's quite, you know, sort of regular on the market. But what a great card. 73 pace, decent dribbling there at 70, 72 defence and 86 physicality. That's what I love about this guy. Good pace, decent defending, and oh my god, is he strong. Very, very physical. In a similar way to Sanches, he bullies people off the ball, even more so than Sanches. I would personally say that if you want a more defensive player, Amartey is the guy to go for over Sanches. Sanches is more of a central midfielder who can do a bit more of the attacking work. So if you need that as well as obviously the defensive side of things, then Sanches is probably your man. But Amartey is very, very good defensively. Again, he covers that ground well. He's got, you know, decent sort of stats for moving the ball on with his dribbling and passing. He can also score a goal as well, so he definitely will chip in now and then, but where he really excels is defending and really getting stuck in and winning the ball back for your team. So now we move on to our penultimate choice, which is Idrissa Gueye. 83 rating is the highest rating within this lineup, and that's for a number of reasons. He is probably the best choice for me because he is very, very similar to Kante in a number of ways. You know, he actually beats him in the defence, in the defensive side of things overall, which is very, very good. Not the same physicality, but, you know, similar pace, really good dribbling and passing, and that 83 defence and 81 physicality makes Gueye an absolute fucking hell. So we move on now to our penultimate choice, which is Idrissa Gueye. 83 rated, he is the highest rated within this lineup, and he is more expensive. You know, he will cost you a little bit more, probably around that sort of 10k mark, but what a player you are getting, and probably the closest thing you will get to Kante in my opinion, because he's got the pace. 76 pace is fantastic, covers the pitch well, very, very good defensive runs, you know, recovery runs. He's also got really nice 77 dribbling, 70 passing, so he can definitely move the ball quite well. He can shoot as well, but where he really comes into his own is that 83 defence, which is actually a little bit better overall than Kante's. He doesn't quite match up on the physicality, but he's very close with 81. So overall, Idrissa Gueye is just a fantastic option, probably the best bet for replacing Kante. He is the new Kante, basically, in my opinion. We move on now and we go for our final choice, which is Tiemoué Bakayoko. Another great choice at replacing Kante. You know, if you don't want Gueye for whatever reason, Bakayoko is a very good alternative. And probably my second best alternative, although he is a little bit more expensive. You know, some of the others are a lot cheaper. But overall, all of these guys are way cheaper than going out and spending 160 plus K on Kante. So, you know, overall very good value for money. Bakayoko, good pace at 73, not the quickest but decent. You know, he does cover the pitch well, he's got really nice dribbling, very nice passing as well, and his 81 defending and 83 physicality are what makes him an absolute godsend on the pitch. Very, very solid, really robust. He wins the ball with very good marking, interceptions and great tackling, and then he's also got that physicality to his game to just bully people off the ball and use his strength both aerially and on the ground to get the ball back and move it forward. He can also score a goal or two as well, which is always handy. Even though 49 shooting may not give you any confidence at all, he has really good shot power. So if any opportunity does present itself, just hammer and hold down shoot and you will probably have a good chance of it going in, even though you wouldn't necessarily think so. But overall, he is a great player to use. All of these guys honestly are very good alternatives. So whatever your budget, be it like very cheap and you need a player for under a grand and you want maybe Ndidi or Amartey, maybe you've got a little bit more and you can stretch to Sanches, or even, you know, the top end where you've got Bakayoko and Gueye. They're all great options, and if you do pick any one of these, I am sure that you will have a very solid CDM or central midfielder who will do that Kante role absolutely perfectly. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please hit that like button. Also, let me know if you've used any of these players or you've got a Kante alternative of your own in the comments below, as I'd love to hear what you guys think. And peace!